So that's the house that was in the video, and you can see it's just across the road from that well pad. And then, really, I mean, how far do you think those valves were from that house? I mean, it couldn't have been more than, a few hundred feet, right?
And there is no statute that you have to be. at
Well, in New York
100 feet?
State, we only have 150 feet in the S-guys.
Well, that's for a well. I mean, that's something different, but I don't think there's any rules for wells too, it's just where they put it.
So this is another well pad that we visited that was with the drill rig in place. And I don't actually remember the location of this. Anyone seem to remember?
Right behind that horse.
Eddie, can you aim the projector up higher? We're
That
all
one
sitting
there?
kind of close together and it's hard to see around. I
Oh,
don't
the
have
one that
the-
you're watching now?
The people behind me must be.
Oh, this one is,
Yeah,
Oh, better.
that's better. See a
Thank
little bit more. Thanks.
so what we just saw, the well pad that was in progress, what we saw was, is in the distance now, we saw, and we were here at this site later in the afternoon. So this isn't totally in chronological order, just to confuse all those who came on the trip, but, and this is a view from this very quaint, sweet little community cemetery. And, but you can, basically in any vista you're seeing this industrial, practice, in progress. Group shot in front of the cemetery. And then right next door to the cemetery, we have this going on, and this is a very large well pad and pipeline and compressor facility that is the operator here is Williams. And those flags, we call them the prayer flags, those flags are, indicate overhead power lines.
That looks like a carnival, doesn't it?
Oh, excuse me, I guess this is Cat, or this may have been another site. So a few of us went up to see if there's a way to gain entrance, and the gentleman handed them a card with a number and said that we would possibly be able to organize an appointment for a tour of the facility. And so we're hoping to organize another group to go down, and we'd like to try to arrange for that appointment. We passed by several compressor stations that are in progress. You can see the porta potties, in the center there, just to give you a sense of scale of the site. And these are, I think, also dehydration units or something. If anyone remembers what Vera said or has an idea what this is. But I think, for me, what's troubling is just the size of the footprint of this kind of operation, and these are all over. Because when you have these well pads and this kind of landscape, which is very similar to what we have here, you just the gathering lines, how they deliver the gas, it requires all kinds of compressor units, and Vera says in her county, it's every 2 to 4 miles in order to pressurize gas to make it all the way to the main delivery pipeline.
I want you to notice that this is, we'll go back to the close-up.
Okay,
Yeah. I want you to look at the quality of that pipe. Now, this is a year old and gives you some idea of how the gas companies are saving money. That's rusty pipe. That is rusty pipe in a facility that's only a year or so old. So either the upkeep is inadequate or they're cutting money on what they're piping, stuff that you wouldn't want in your backyard through. And it's obviously substandard piping.
Is it duct tape?
Pardon?
Is that duct tape?
No, no,
Well, it's
not that bad, close.
who took this photo? I don't know what this is.
That's another drill site, and then 2 water trucks had gone by and they were going in there, that's another drilling site, right next to the.
Wasn't that where they were
That's where they-
holding the
that's
water?
where they- that's where they were fracking.
Okay.
No, that's gonna be a
No, that's
fire
the,
truck.
I think, what was the lady? No, there was a guy who had a really high powered camera that went up the road. Remember you were talking to that guy
Yeah.
in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
it was
think
that.
he took that picture. This was on the other side of the road from the horses, up
Oh,
in
so
the
that
hill.
was the fracking.
That's another well site,
I took the photograph and it's a fracking
which
facility.
wasn't too far from the other one.
Oh, you took that picture?
No, I have it on the video.
I think a lot of us were noting, the incongruity of all these solar panels being used to monitor these,
And the rust on the condensing tanks there. These are the first, these were one of the first few ones, I think was this along Carter Road probably? I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was
on
right-
our way to Carter Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were the first wells that they did, that they started with.
This is on Carter Road.
Yeah. That's,
With the water.
That's the
with the water.
song.
yeah.
Do you know whose house this is?
Is this Ray Huber?
That was the guy from Jersey.
From where?
Jersey, remember he had his truck, he had a big tank on his truck.
Uh-huh,
He kept all the billboard signs that
okay.
DA made take down.
His name is Cooper? Is that what you said?
I think it was Ray Huber.
I don't remember his name.
So this was one of our last stops, and this is what Vera termed a moderate scale compressor station. It's not the sort of the super large scale compressor station, but this definitely, we need the video footage for this, because you can't imagine how loud this thing is.